Hi, I'm having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna be going over my top 10 characters from House of the Dragon Season 1. This video is coming very late, but that's because I had family over and everything, and I really couldn't make this video, so I'm very sorry. But I'm finally going to make this video, and I really want to talk about House of the Dragon in my channel, so that's why I'm making this video. So yeah, let's get started with the top 10 characters, including one honorable mention that I want to include. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, my honorable mention, or what would be the number 11 character in this list, is going to be Aegon. And Aegon is a character that I just didn't particularly like that much. I thought he was very annoying. He was very unlikable, which I think is the purpose of him. I think the writers intentionally wrote him to be unlikable, especially with him being like a rapist. Like I was like, yeah, no, he's not nobody that I'm really rooting for or anything. However, the last scene of him in this season, whenever he gets to the throne, sets up a really good story for him going forward in the future seasons. So that actually kind of got me excited for it. I thought it was a really cool scene as well. And the fact that he like loves the power and everything, I was like, okay, I think that's gonna be interesting for next season. But for this season, he wasn't my character. I didn't like him. I thought the actor played him okay, I guess. I just did not like him at all. He was a real likable character. But the last scene was just so cool that I just had to put him in honorable mention. So yeah. Alright, moving on to my 10th character. This one's going to be Mysaria. And Mysaria is a character that I did not think was going to be important. I didn't know anything about books when I first started watching the show. When I watched the show, I've actually watched a bunch of videos and everything about what's going to happen next. But before that, I didn't know what the character was going to be. So I thought she was going to be there for like that one scene with Daemon and that was it. But no, she actually became a bigger character, and I thought it was so interesting. And the reason why I'm putting her here is because I thought she brought an interesting perspective at the end of the season in episode 9, whenever she kind of like showed the people's perspective, where she was trying to show like how bad the streets were. Like, you know, you saw like the kids fighting and all type of stuff. And she was really trying to show that. She was trying to make a change by kidnapping the Aegon. And she was like, we're only letting you be king, only the power that the people give you is what you get. So all that type of stuff. I know I quoted that completely wrong, but you know, the way that she kind of brought this new perspective to the show, I really like that, and I think it's going to play a bigger part in future seasons, because I don't think she actually died in episode 9. But yeah, I think it's really interesting, especially because in the book she continues living. Spoilers, but whatever. So yeah, I thought she brought a really interesting perspective to this House of the Dragon season, and most importantly, she brought a very unique perspective by showing like the normal people, the everyday people in Westeros that nobody else brought to this show, because everybody else is like royal and everything. So the fact that she brought that new perspective puts her in 10th place. Alright, well that's number 9, and this one's going to be Rhaenys, the queen who never was, which first of all, that name is really cool, that subtitle, it's really awesome stuff. But I really like Rhaenys as a character. I thought she brought a very interesting kind of perspective, as like the title suggests, the queen who never was, because she technically was supposed to be queen, but because she was a girl, she didn't get the position. And I think it mirrors, also the light outside is going crazy, but I think it mirrors a lot, there we go. But I think it mirrors a lot of like the thing that's going on with Rhaenyra right now, by her kind of getting her position lost because she's a girl. So I really like that perspective that they brought in with her. I thought it was like, yeah, that works really, really well, to be honest. And she also just became a really cool character. Like at the episode 9, whenever she just brought out her dragon and like kind of like showed that she could have ended everybody right then and there. I thought that was pretty interesting. And like a conversation which she had with Alicent, whenever they were talking about how why wouldn't you just want to take the throne, since you've been taking it basically ever since Viserys was like ill, why can't you just take the throne, all that type of stuff. I thought it was interesting, the fact that she's really rooting for girls to get the throne, which is why kind of why she sides with Rhaenyra. So I thought all that type of stuff was interesting. Also the names are super similar, Rhaenyra, why are they so similar? But Rhaenys and Rhaenyra, yeah, there you go. But they're super similar. But yeah, I thought she was a really cool character, and she's at my number 9 spot. I just didn't think that she did anything like super big in the season to her going higher, but as a character I thought she worked very well in this series. Alright, number 8, and that's going to be Otto Hightower. And Otto Hightower is a character that's also one of those characters that you kind of don't like. It's a very unlikable character, but he is a very essential part of the story for this season, because he's the one that kind of moves the chess pieces. He moves his daughter to marry the king. He's moving Aegon to be like the green console and everything. Like they already had everything planned to install him as a king and everything, thanks to Otto Hightower. And he really knows how to play that Game of Thrones game. And I really thought that was so interesting. I thought the actor portrayed him very well as well. I thought he was a really cool character. Like I said, obviously he was very unlikable. You don't really like him in a lot of scenes, specifically because he's just going against the character that we're supposed to be rooting for. But he's a cool character. I really like that. And I like that one scene whenever he was talking to his daughter and he was like, now I see you have the determination to play this game and win it, which I thought was a really, really cool line. So yeah, he has some really cool lines. I thought he was just really, really awesome. And I can't wait to see what he does next in this and the show going forward. I imagine he's not going to be as important anymore, but we'll see. I am very, very curious, and I'm really excited to see his reaction to knowing that they killed Rhaenyra's son. I'm very excited to see that. I wonder what he's gonna say. But yeah, very interesting. All right, moving on to my number 7 spot, and that's going to be Lucerys. And Lucerys is the son of Rhaenyra, who died, unfortunately, in the finale, which I thought was really sad scene, but I thought it was a pretty cool scene as well. I thought it was a really cool scene to just see the dragons kind of fly and everything. And just specifically that scene made him go up spots way higher than like Hightower and Rhaenyra, because that scene was so important to the season and the show in general. Like, it's gonna be the thing that starts like this Dance of the Dragons. So I thought it was really, really important. And I really, really did like it. I thought that the actor that they chose for this kid really portrayed the innocence of him, like having to be in war despite the fact that he's still super young. He should not be in this condition at all. I really like that. I thought he worked very, very well. Also, I love the scenes whenever he's talking to his mom, and like in that finale at the start, whenever he's like, "I'm not perfect like you," and we as the audience knows that Rhaenyra is not perfect either. But I just love the fact that she had this really nice relationship with her sons, and the son therefore also had a really nice relationship with his mom. That was really, really nice. And there was other scenes like back then whenever there was the funeral and Lucerys was like, "I don't want to be king of the I think I forgot the names, the sea something, the sea snakes or something like that, because that means everybody else would have died." I thought that was a really nice perspective, which is super ironic because he ended up dying first before anybody else. But I just think that he just worked very, very well as a character, and I really did feel the tragedy of him dying. I was like, wow, he did not deserve to die at all. I felt very bad for him. He was still very young, very innocent. So yeah, the character completely worked in the season, which is why he's on my number 7 spot. All right, number 6, and this is going to be very controversial because he's a little bit lower than anybody else probably puts him, but that's going to be Daemon. And Daemon is a character that a lot of people have loved, like a lot of people, and I understand the love. I think he's a really cool character. However, for me personally, I don't love him. I don't think that he's that good of a character. Like, personally, he is really interesting, but he comes off to me as very unlikable. Even though Matt Smith plays him perfectly, I think Matt Smith really plays him amazing. I just don't love him that much. Things that make me not like him that much, first of all, is the way that he murdered his wife. That's like a little going too far. I was like, okay, this guy is actually evil. Like, he kind of has some good things to him, but he's like straight up evil a lot of times. You know what I mean? Also, I just feel like he's really war hungry. Like, he always just wants to have war, and I'm like, okay, you gotta calm down a little bit. You're just gonna kill a bunch of people. And he has some serious anger issues. Like, he has some really serious anger issues. Like, whenever the guy like went to go leave the message about like Viserys' brother, and he just like beats the guy almost to death with his helmet. I was like, you gotta chill. Or whenever he like chokes Rhaenyra, I'm like, okay, you gotta really chill. I think like he has like some serious anger issues. However, he's really smart too. He knows how to play the war game. He knows that they had more dragons. He had to collect more dragons, all that type of stuff. And a lot of his characterization is pretty cool. He still has a heart. He definitely cares for Rhaenyra. He cares for his daughters and everything. And so he has some really cool scenes. Like whenever he kills that the Valyrian person, because he told Rhaenyra about the sons being bastards and everything. So that was really interesting. I was like, oh, yeah, that was a pretty cool moment and whatever. And whenever he helped Viserys get up the throne, I was like, that's really nice. But still, he just didn't come off as like the most likable character for me. So that's why he's at number 6 spot. I still really like him. He's still like in my list, and he's still number 6. He's still pretty good, high up there. I just don't love him as much as other people do because of reasons that I just stated. So yeah. All right, moving on to my number 5th spot, and this is also going to be really controversial because it's going to be like, why you had this character higher than this character? But this is going to be Sir Criston Cole, and I actually find this character really interesting. I think that they really set him up really nicely. I wish they would have set him up a little bit more. I wish I had more scenes at the start of the season. But I like him. I think he's like this knight that, he's kind of like the underdog at the start of the season whenever he's like fighting Daemon and the horses and everything. I was waiting for Sir Criston Cole. I was like, yeah, you go, Sir Criston Cole. Go beat Daemon, because Daemon has like super high ego that he kind of needs to calm down. But yeah, he was really cool. And I love like he kind of falls in love with Rhaenyra. And I love like this kind of like tragic like twist on, oh, you're not going to have enough with this underdog because you need to be the queen, you know what I mean? And it's like in a fantasy story, Rhaenyra would have run off with Sir Criston Cole and lived on in her life. But obviously this is like a more realistic, super dark tone, and obviously that's not going to happen, and it kind of broke his heart, and I respect that. I'm like, dang, that sucks for this dude right here. And then he gets anger from that, and then he hates this girl. He's like, man, screw this girl. She broke my heart. Let me just 180 on her and let's go against her completely. And I thought it was really interesting. I really do like that. Besides that, I love like that kind of friendship, but also not friendship that he has with Alicent. I thought it was pretty cool. And I did feel the tragedy of Sir Criston Cole. Whenever he was like about to suicide because he kind of lost his honor, he lost everything. I think it worked really well. Personally, I did really like the way they set him up and everything. And it just kind of like makes her like the number one enemy of Rhaenyra. Which I think is pretty interesting, and I really do like him. I just think he was a really cool character. The actor, I think, did a great job portraying him as well and everything. And the scene where he's just beating up the dude in the wedding, really awesome stuff. I thought it was really awesome. So yeah, really like him. If it was up to me, I would just have one really nice conversation with Rhaenyra. I really wish that was the case. Of course, because I've known kind of what happens in the books, that's not gonna be the case. But that would be super awesome. I would wish that was the case. But yeah, all right, we're on to my number 4th spot, and that is going to be Aemond Targaryen, and he's also super cool. He's really awesome. His eye patch and everything. I mean, he looks awesome. He looks really awesome. I like the way that they set him up as well. He's the kid that they always made fun of because he didn't have a dragon. They gave him like this pig thing and everything. I really like him. I thought he was really cool. Obviously he was like the one getting picked on, and I felt super bad for him. And then whenever he finally gets his dragon, of course he's gonna want to like show it off and kind of show it out to everybody else because they used to make fun of him. So of course they would want that. And it's kind of ironic that they made fun of him and now he has the biggest dragon of all. I thought that was pretty cool as well. And he just looks super cool, super menacing. Like, whoa, he looks really menacing. And in episode 9, we saw that he really has the skills to be king. He's the one that has the skills to be king. He studied this language, he studied his whole life, he knows to fight and everything. He should take the throne, but because he's not the older one, he's not going to take the throne. I like that. I like that perspective a lot. And then obviously the ending of the season, whenever he kills his nephew, and guess what? Now they have a whole war thanks to him. They're also really awesome stuff. So yeah, I just thought that Aemond was really cool. I thought the actor played him really nicely as well. And like I said, he's just every time he's on the screen, he's just a menace. That's how I feel about him. He's just a straight up menace, which is why I like. Every time he's on screen, something bad's gonna happen, and I really like that. All right, number 3, and that's going to be Rhaenyra Targaryen. And I know a lot of you have her number 1 and everything, but personally, I don't love her to be number 1, but I did like her a lot. She was a really, really interesting character. She was really cool. I really like her in general from the first time we see her to like last time. She's like a complete different character. Like they completely changed her through her character development, because she had a lot of character development, and I love that. I thought the character development that they had for her was really nicely done. She lost everything. She lost her father, she lost her son, she lost her a bunch of stuff. She lost her throne. She lost all that type of stuff. Like, she's of course gonna be mad, especially the last scene. Whenever you just see her turn around with the music, like, you get chills. You're like, this girl's about to go full on like beast mode. So yeah, I really love that. However, a lot of this is her fault. Like, I wish, like, if she hadn't like messed up like the kid thing with the knight, like then a lot of people would support her instead of like trying to betray her, because now they have kind of reason to betray her. Kind of, I still think that some people would have betrayed her because they're just sexist, but I think that if she hadn't like messed up having kids with somebody else, then maybe they should have had a little bit more support towards her. And also, I don't think that she was the most interesting character from my season, like compared to the other two characters that I have on top of her. But she was super interesting, and I really loved the portrayals of the two actors, especially Millie Alcock. I thought she did a great job portraying Rhaenyra. I actually like her portrayal more than the second actor that they picked for her, just because I think that whenever they picked the second actor, she kind of became a little more undertone and everything. Whereas I think Millie Alcock really played her as this character that was like always like super going off, like kind of like Daemon is, like super on fire. And then with the other actor kind of came in, like they made this character be a little bit more soft, more calm. So I thought that was a kind of a like, I do like the other actor. I thought she did a great job, especially the last scene, chills. But I just like Millie Alcock a little bit more. I thought she brought a little more fire to the role, which I really liked. But yeah, I thought that she was just a great character. The scene whenever she's got giving birth and everything, that's super awesome stuff. Whenever she gets like the bow, she's gonna be the next her to the throne and everything, all that type of stuff. She just had some really, really cool scenes, and I really can't wait to see her character goes as the seasons go on, especially next season when she's like just gonna go full on rampage mode. I can't wait to see that. So yeah, I'm really excited. All right, second spot, and that's going to be Alicent Hightower. And Alicent is just like a character that I just really, really found interesting, which is interesting because I actually like Rhaenyra a lot more at the start of the season. But now at the end of the season, I actually like Alicent more. I thought she was a more interesting character, a lot more sides to her than I think Rhaenyra has. Like, she doesn't want to like betray Rhaenyra, but she kind of has to, all that type of stuff. Like, she has like this really interesting kind of like inner dilemma with herself, and she kind of misinterpreted Viserys kind of vision by telling her like, oh, you have to put your son as king and everything and all that type of stuff. I thought she was a really interesting character, and she doesn't want him to be too evil, but then she kind of has to, but then she doesn't want to. All that type of stuff. I really like that internal fight, and I'm really curious to see where that's gonna go next season, especially after she finds out that her son killed Rhaenyra's son. Like, I'm really curious to see that. Specifically curious to see her reaction. But yeah, I thought she was a really nice character. I thought the actor did a great job, both actors. But for this one, I actually like the second actor more. I thought she did an amazing job playing her. Really awesome stuff. And that scene in episode 9, whenever she gets in front of her son, so that Rhaenyra doesn't, or Rhaenys doesn't kill her with the dragon, or him with the dragon, it's like super powerful stuff. I was like, wow, Alicent, you're super cool. You're super awesome. I was like, yeah, you go, Alicent. I actually really like Alicent. It kind of sucks that she's in the Greens because I don't want to root for the Greens, but Alicent is pretty cool, just gonna say. And Criston are pretty cool and that type of stuff, but I thought she was just a really cool character. So yeah, that's why she's on my second spot. And then number 1 is going to be Viserys Targaryen, who at the start I did not think I was gonna like that much, but whoa. They did a lot of character development for him. Like a lot of character development. And the actor, he nailed everything. Like, he nailed it a lot. Specifically, you all know that scene I'm talking about. The scene where he's going up the throne. Wow, that was like really good stuff. I really felt that a lot. And he's like this king that's super peaceful and everything. He's like, I'm not strong enough, but like, and it's kind of true. Like, he's not strong enough. Alicent knows that. Rhaenyra knows that. Everybody knows that. But he's still the king that's trying his best to just put everybody together. And that dinner scene, whenever he gets his whole family together, he just like has the last dinner of his life, and he's like really happy looking at everything. Man, that was like some really nice stuff. I was like, wow, that's really awesome. That was like, it works so well. I really like Viserys. They really gave him all that character development, and he would definitely leave his mark on the show. It sucks that he died. Of course, it's part of the story, but it's just like, he's just an amazing character. I wonder who they're gonna have to kind of replace this amazing character in the second season. But for this season, he took my number 1 spot. He was just super awesome and super good. The acting, I really just want to emphasize the acting for him was really awesome. So yeah, I really like his character. And yeah, that's gonna be my top 10 characters of House of Dragon Season 1. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. Which one's your favorite? Which one's your least favorite? Or you can just leave me your whole list down below. I'm very curious. As well as which ones do you disagree with me? Which ones do you think I should put higher or lower? Tell me that down in the comments. As well as please leave a like and enjoy this video. It'll be very helpful. So please leave a like. And lastly, just make sure to subscribe to my channel for a lot more stuff, including movie reviews, movie breakdowns, show breakdowns, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, just box office in general, all type of stuff. Just subscribe for all the content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Jerry Entertainment. Out.